What's going on, everybody? MikeO back, and today I'm finally getting to my 2017 National Sports Collectors Convention recap. Gave it a few days, let myself kind of catch up, get back to reality, back to the world, but at the same time really take it all in, because the National in 2017 was epic, an amazing weekend, just so much fun. Had such an incredible time with so many fellow YouTubers in the card community. It was an absolute blast. By now I'm sure you've seen recaps from many other people in the community, and I echo their sentiments. It was awesome, absolutely amazing, and if you've never been to one, I really suggest you try to get to one at some point, because it's unbelievable. It really is. It's really hard to describe and even to put into words the feeling you have attending a national and interacting with people in the community. That's what it's all about. Just an absolute blast. My original intention was actually to do a vlog of the entire trip, and I kind of started it and stopped it, and it's not that I didn't want to, it was just I was having so much fun. It's so easy to get distracted at a show of this size. I think the size itself, the scale of the show, to me, was a bit bigger than Atlantic City, but beyond that was just the unbelievable interaction. The number of people who attended, the number of YouTubers that you ended up hanging out with was really large. I mean, I think it upwards of 40-45 people at different times. So you spent so much time hanging out with people and then making time to actually check out the show and everything. I didn't have as much time to film stuff as I would have liked, but I got some footage, so obviously I'll weave it into this video. But I figure I'll just give a little recap of the trip. Like I said, an absolute blast. I'll mention as many tubers as I can. I'm sure I'll forget some, and I apologize, but I mean, I think those guys know who they are, and I think you guys, the viewers, know who some of the staples of the community are. So I traveled out to the show on Thursday, traveled with Bob, Super 25 Sports Cards, awesome guy, major shout out to him. Bob was a lot of fun to hang out with, and I think everyone in the community will agree that was there. An absolute blast, a riot, really funny, and really generous as well, and knowledgeable of baseball and the hobby. So traveled out with Bob. We flew out of Trenton, New Jersey. By the time we got into Chicago, got our hotel and got settled, it was 4 o'clock. So we had 2 hours to hang out at the show. So we kind of debated for a few moments, like, is it worth it to go there for only 2 hours? You can't accomplish a lot there. And my thoughts were, and my advice to Bob was, listen, it's only 2 hours, and we have some passes we can use. Shout out to Ray from Philly, appreciate your generosity with that. It'll give you a chance to kind of get that shock and wow factor off and kind of get your feet wet. So we went over there for a few hours and immediately start hanging out with some YouTubers. Ran into Manny, All-Star Jersey Shop, and Mike, Eastern Connecticut Sports Cards, Josh Reynolds, Jace Spartan Fan. So that was awesome. Hung out there a bit and, you know, just got to talking and checked out the show a little bit. I think Bob had went over with Everett to check out RBI Crew. I looked around at a few tables, but didn't check out a lot. I was just so happy to be there and hang out with everyone. It was really incredible. And following the show, we went over to the Doubletree, got a few drinks, got some dinner, and a pile of people were there. Garrett, Derek Robbins, so just a pile of fellow YouTubers hung out. Michael Shane showed up as well. So I just had a blast talking to everyone. Everyone was just so pleasant to hang out with. Paul Horning showed up at the bar, so it was really cool to see Joey Burtcat have a chance to get his auto. A few other people got pictures with him, so that was really cool. Bobby Knight showed up. So Thursday was pretty cool. We hung out pretty late. I know Bob and I were waiting for Aaron Davis and Nate, Tops 85 401, to show up, and they'd come in, so they came over. We hung out with them for a little bit as well, and we also took a walk over to the trade night, which was kind of a bust. A lot of youth there, so we didn't hang out long, but did run into Bradley, Griffey Hoarder 24, so that was pretty cool to hang out with him. So we just went back to the bar and socialized and hung out, but it gets late quick, so I mean, that was Thursday. It was only a partial day, but it was an absolute blast. So Friday was the first full day of the show for me, and it was awesome to get over there at 10 o'clock. Got there right before the gates had opened. Actually ran into Nate and Aaron on my way into line, so I kind of hung out with them for a few minutes, and then, you know, saved myself a few spots in line, but nothing too crazy. But it was just cool to talk to them immediately and just go into the show and, you know, kind of watch their reaction as we walked into that massive convention center. And this the scale of the show is incredible. It's so big, and there's just so much to see. Obviously you have the cards and the dealers and stuff, but besides that you have just showcases full of memorabilia and all sorts of incredible antiques from the sports that we all love to watch. And then you have all the huge dealers there, all the huge wax dealers like Blowout Cards, Steel City Collectibles, Dave and Adams. They're all there set up. And of course the card companies as well. Topps has a huge setup, Upper Deck, with their hockey products. Panini as well, which, you know, everyone has a different opinion of Panini. Me, I haven't been shy about stating the fact that I'm not a fan of them, but hey, you like what you like. If you like Panini products, that's cool. As the day went on Saturday, more members of the community started to file into the show, and it was really cool to just continue to meet new people. Chicago fan Jason, Mr. Fisherbike Jason as well. They both showed up, talked to them a bit. Sevens had arrived, so it was really cool to just continue to meet people that you've talked to for anywhere from a few months to a year to a couple years. And to actually meet them for the first time was just incredible, great experience. And then everyone just hanging out. You know, when you go to this show and there are people that you have common interests with and people that you know, you get to just hang out together, and that's again one of the best parts. We're just sitting around busting wax, opening boxes of cards, laughing, joking. It was really great, a lot of fun. And you know, it was a long day. The show was 10 to 6, and after that we gathered, a pile of us gathered over at Giordano's for some deep dish pizza. So that was a great time. That was interesting as well. I think they had a reservation for 10 people, and we ended up with 14, but we made it work. It was pretty cool. Mr. Fisherbike met a new family, so it was really a cool time, and definitely just a lot of classic memories being made. And then it was back to the DoubleTree, and again, it's like it was a full day. The DoubleTree, that was the night that I went there, was the biggest crowd I was with. I mean, I think we had upwards of 40 people, and it was pretty cool. The celebrities continue to roll around. Lance Armstrong was there. No one was even talking to him. No one, I think, even noticed he was there. But LT, Lawrence Taylor, was there, and he was incredible. He was hilarious, man. He was really funny, really cool, talking to everyone, taking some pictures, joking around a lot, joking around with Aaron Davis a lot. It was cool. It was just a lot of fun, man. We're opening packs again. Everyone's just hanging out, having fun, talking about what they might purchase, talking about their experience, their travels, their PCs, sports. Just, you know, a lot of people who aren't members of this community or maybe aren't active, I think they have questions. And I know I've had friends who are just like, isn't it kind of odd? Isn't it awkward meeting all these people? And absolutely not. I think Garrett was the one. He said in a video, he was talking about how, you know, some of these people in the community you've never physically met face to face, but you've watched for years, and they're people that you like, otherwise you wouldn't continue watching them. So you have, you know, so many hours of watching each other on screen, and then a lot of people, you know, talk via either text, phone, Facebook Messenger, and all that. So, you know, absolutely, it's just incredible. It really is an unbelievable experience. I guess they could probably do a social experiment about it, because it just feels so natural. I guess it's because you have so much in common, and, you know, there's common interests, but it's unbelievable. It truly does feel like you're just hanging out with buddies that you've known for 20 years. It feels like you're getting together with childhood friends or high school or college buddies. I mean, everyone says the same thing, so some people I'm sure out there roll their eyes, but it truly is an unbelievable experience. And you know, when we're hanging out at the DoubleTree, of course, it was another long night. So you do get exhausted a little bit as the trip goes on, but at the same time, you're so happy, you're so excited that I don't think you really feel it truly until either really late at night or once the trip has come to an end. Saturday was another just fully packed day. I mean, you had the show, got over to the show maybe 10:30 or so, not too much after it opened, and hung out, wanted to make sure I purchased a few things. I did buy some packs and boxes, nothing too big. Most of what I've bought, you guys have seen in my daily recaps. It wasn't a big show for me purchase-wise. There were some big cards I looked at and looked for, and I almost got tempted a few times, but ultimately, I just didn't pull the trigger on anything big. You know, I specifically was looking for Randy Johnson, John Kruk auto, dual auto out of Tribute. Did not see any of those. And then, of course, being an Allen and Ginter autograph collector, I was looking out for those two. I did see a Ken Griffey Jr. that ultimately I wish I would have talked to the dealer a little bit more about, but I didn't. I don't think he was there at the time, and honestly, I had trouble finding it again because I was telling Bradley about it, because if he wanted it for his collection, that would have been cool as well. But yeah, you know, you can buy cards at local card shops. You can buy cards at local shows. You can certainly buy cards online, whether it's eBay or COMC. And the convention does offer unique opportunities for some collectors, super collectors and stuff. And not that I'm opposed to buying stuff there, but for me, the point of this trip was the interaction with the fellow collectors. It was a vacation, basically. It was an experience. So, you know, I was not disappointed at all in what I walked away with. You know, I did get some PC cards. I came home with some cash that, you know, I didn't have to spend. And, you know, it's something I wanted to avoid, and I'm happy that I didn't spend money for the sake of spending money. My last pickup that I didn't show off was an Ozzie Smith. This is an auto out of Topps Tribute this year, numbered 3 of 10. I do not have any Ozzie Smith autographs, so it's a cool addition to the collection, and I didn't buy this at the show. I actually bought this from Bob at the airport. He was showing me some of his Tribute stuff. We were talking about Tribute, and I just asked him, you know, how much, and he, you know, offered it to me for a price, and I said, cool, sounds good to me. I like Tribute a lot. I'd certainly like to pick up more of it. And like I said, I didn't have Ozzie Smith in the auto collection, so that was really cool. But back to Saturday, you know, just spent more time at the show, had fun, walking around, seeing everyone, doing some collaborations. Christian from Ellis Cards was there, did videos with him. Watching other people do collaborations as well is really cool. And I think, to me, those are videos that I really enjoy watching, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. I think it's cool seeing people interact with each other at the show or in general, so that's really cool. Saturday was also the day I went to the White Sox game. I was supposed to go with Bob and Aaron Davis and Nate, and Bob didn't end up going. John JMVP, who's someone who's only been on YouTube for about 3 months or so, but I've interacted with, and was absolute blast to meet him as well. We wound up going. Bob was intending on going. It was a whole goofy, the experience of the White Sox game was crazy. It was out of control. I actually did a vlog on that. It's over on my baseball channel, MikeO Baseball Vlog. I'll link that down below. That was a fun experience, though. That was another incredible night, an unforgettable night. A lot of fun, and had just as much fun after we got back from it. We, the 5 of us, hung out at the Renaissance Hotel. That was the hotel that Bob and I stayed at, and we just hung out for, we figured it'd be a couple hours, but God, we probably hung out for like 5 hours. I think it was like 3 in the morning by the time we wrapped things up, and we all sort of lost our voices from laughing so much. We recorded an episode of Baseball Card Junkies TV for Nate's second channel, so it was awesome. I mean, we ordered pizza, and that took like 5 tries because it was such a funny night. Oh my gosh. Again, everything you thought, okay, this is our plan, nothing went right. But we made the most of it, and we had an incredible time. And that mostly wrapped things up. Sunday was the last day. Again, we had about 2 hours we could go to the show. Bob and I went over, we went to the show, and just kind of hung out and said our goodbyes. Ran into Josh and Manny, a few others. Bob Wilkie was still there. Talked to him for a few minutes. Everett was still there. So just kind of those 2 hours, wandered around, talked to people, ran into people, took a few looks at some cards. I think I purchased one last pack of the, I was opening the football 5x7 historic autograph packs, which are really cool. They're very, very nice. And then JMVP was there with his son. So, man, he had a busy, he was out with us really late. Drove home, I think, an hour, and then came back. So we just hung out, and that was it, man. Took it in and just relaxed. Garrett was there that last day too, so it was just incredible seeing everyone. And that was it. Then it was time to just head back to the hotel really quick, grab our stuff, check out, and fly home. But yeah, like I said, an absolute blast, an incredible atmosphere, and I feel like everyone wants to go back for Cleveland 2018. Will everyone make it back? I don't know. I think, I know a lot of the guys I was talking to said, you know, yeah, it'll probably be another year or two, but then everyone's like, you know what, I think I'm going to do everything I can to make next year happen, because it really was an incredible experience. And, you know, after the last 2 years, I feel like I can't, in good conscience, not do what I can to get to a national for as long as, you know, everything's going strong, because it really was just that much fun. Absolutely incredible. If you guys have any questions about the national, feel free to reach out to me or anyone in the community who's gone. I'm sure everyone will be really happy to answer any questions. Like I said, it was incredible, so much fun. If anything, I felt like I could have been out there for a few more days, not only to see the show and to take that in, but really to interact with everyone. I feel like I talked to as many people as I could. There's certain people I missed. There's some people I only talked to a little bit, and I feel bad about that. I wish I had more time to hang out with everyone, but it was, like I said, I've said it like 100 times. It was a blast. It was so much fun. This video is really long, so if you guys have been watching, I appreciate it. If you guys were at the show, you know, I hope you feel the same way. And for you, all you guys out there watching and enjoying the YouTube community, if you're not involved in the community, I strongly urge you to do so. There's a lot of really great people, a ton of knowledge for this hobby, a ton of passion for the hobby, and, you know, just really good people, really generous people, and just good, fun people to hang out with and that you really respect. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Throw a comment down below, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to everyone who you see videos for at the National. You see a lot of people on different footage and stuff. Give all those guys support. They definitely deserve it. And have yourselves a great one.